Hi, it's Rob Moore here, and welcome. This could be the biggest business opportunity of 2023. This could be the best opportunity to make money in 2023. This could disrupt Google. I'm going to cover the functions and features and magic of ChatGPT. The function of this training is to help you get in early on possibly the greatest opportunity to reduce your costs, outsource quicker and cheaper, and increase your revenue and make your life easier and faster and better with the most disruptive software probably since Google disrupted search. So what ChatGPT is a human speech and text analyzer. It's actually technically known as a large language model. So what it essentially is exponential predictive text, where you prompt it with questions and it gives you answers in real time. Now, why do I think it could render Google obsolete? When you Google something, you have a lot of content that Google block, especially more conspiracy theories. When you Google something, it's based on Google's algorithm as to where it ranks. And when you Google something and you go and check it, there's loads of ads. So actually, Google is not really as relevant a search engine as it used to be, and that's what made Google so big. Whereas when you go into ChatGPT, it gives you the answer in real time. But then, let's say you like the answer, but you want it to be more specific, you can ask it to be more specific. So this is very powerful. If you've got a phone and you don't have the password, and you don't know how to use the phone, that powerful device is useless to you. ChatGPT, it becomes better and better the better you learn how to use it. And the inputs that you do, you might call them the search, this is known as the prompt. And the better you are at prompting, the better answers you get. And sometimes you give it a very clear prompt, and then sometimes you give it a prompt and you didn't quite get what you want, but you can prompt again and again and again. So for example, I said to ChatGPT last week, write me a meal plan as an 85 kilo, 44-year-old man to lose 10 kilos. And it wrote me a meal plan, and it gave me a suggested amount of calories, and it wrote me a full meal plan. Pretty cool, huh? And then I said, but it wrote it as a list, and I wanted it in table form. So I said, write it in table form, and it put it into a table. And it was just building the table. I'm like, fuck, this is shit hot. And then I said, send it to me in a spreadsheet. And it freaking gave me in a spreadsheet. And so the better you get at prompting it, the better answers you get. Number one, the output is only good as the input. And number two, obviously, some things you probably got to back check. Some information you might want to do your own research as well. Kind of goes without saying. Use it ethically, morally, should go without saying, but there you go. Now, this was interesting, right? I'm just going to give you an example. Jordan Peterson has a book. It's got 12 rules in it. And he asked ChatGPT to write the 13th rule. And that, I mean, that's really specific, isn't it? In the style of combined King James Bible and the Tao Te Ching. He said in 3 seconds, it wrote 4 pages, and he could not distinguish the difference in the writing between ChatGPT and his own writing. So I've been using this to help me write my book. And one of the things I've been worried about is, all right, it might give me information, but it might, what we don't want is a plethora of information on Instagram and LinkedIn and social media and blogs that's clearly just AI written. Because actually, I think the people who are going to lose out in this is they let the AI write it without proper style prompts, and it's obvious it's been written by AI. I said to ChatGPT, tell me how the banking system works. And it told me, and I said, tell me how the banking system works from a conspiracy theory. And it changed the style of how the banking system works. You can say, for example, you say, write this in the style so a 7th grader can understand it, and then it simplifies it. And Tom sent me this blog about for starting a podcast. I thought, that's bloody good. And he said, yeah, I just got that written by AI. I'm like, what? And basically, he put in 4 or 5 different prompts In real time, it changed and edited so that in the end, it had a personal style. So in school, if you find the best person in the year and you copy their exam, you get expelled, or that's called cheating. In the world of business and entrepreneurship, that's called leverage. I think you should leverage this as much as you can. Here are some specific things I have asked it to do. What 10 things should I do that are productive in my role as the CEO of a £20 million company? And it spat out productive roles and responsibilities and tasks that I, as the CEO of a £20 million company, should do. And I thought its answers were 8 out of 10 score. So step one, ask it what most productive things should I be doing in X? And it will spit out what 5 most productive things should I do to build a $1 million company. Next thing is, any book that I want to research or buy, you can ask ChatGPT to summarize it. So I said, summarize Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It summarized it. I said, put that into 2,000 words or put that into 500 words, expand or reduce or make it into bullet points. So you can now use this for research for your own writing. You can use it to basically learn in quicker time, or you can use it to decide if you want to buy and read a book or not. It can write poems, storylines, plots, music, lyrics, etc. I don't know if any of you are thinking about downsides of ChatGPT. This is important, but it's not the most important. Downside number 1 of ChatGPT and AI is the initial prompt you might get might sound or read like it's been written by AI. So if you do a second and third level prompt to give it more character and style, then it won't come across like AI. Downside number 2 of AI, Elon Musk said we should be more scared of AI than we should nuclear weapons. And look, there is no stopping AI in where it's going. We've already given all of our data to social media anyway. I probably would be careful with what you ask AI to do for you. I'm sure you're not, but if you're a criminal or if you're illegal, illicit activity, don't use ChatGPT to, yeah. The third possible downside of this particular thing is that they could make us captive and reliant on it, and then they could charge us for it. That's how it works. So I don't really see that as a downside. I actually, honestly, I'd rather it was paid now, so I at least know that that's the motive. And it's not. And they'll do what all these kind of platforms do. Free, everyone come in, get reliant on us, and then charge you. Now, maybe they'll charge you for a membership. Maybe they'll run a load of ads. Maybe they'll sell your fucking data everywhere or use your data to run ads to you. All that shit's probably going to happen. I can handle that. I'm not too bothered about that because that's the way it works with all social media. Look, I mean, there's the Orwellian 1984 downsides, dehumanized society, we are moving into the matrix. Well, look, the world will go where it goes, and us as individuals probably can't control that. So the way I see how the world works is use and leverage what works and just be careful where I feel I could move into being controlled. It can write you scripts for anything that you do. It could write you a best man speech. It could write you a script for YouTube ads, a script for TikTok and Facebook ads and lives, a script for your course. Do you know it can write you an entire course and it can write you the script for the entire course? It can write business plans. It can write funnels. Well, the course that you want to write, that you haven't written for 2 or 3 years because it's overwhelming, ChatGPT can write the whole freaking course for you, and then you just personalize it. And here's the thing, it remembers your personalizations, therefore you've got your scripts and you just tweak. I mean, if I'd have had this 15 years ago, we'd be a 150 million company by now, a year, no doubt. Here's my honest view of ChatGPT and AI. It will replace a lot of jobs, but it will create a lot of jobs. That's my view. So if you learn how to use ChatGPT and AI, you're going to be hireable in the AI space. I'm going to tell you about some money-making opportunities I see in ChatGPT, but sort of lazy or comfortable or slow coders, copywriters, VAs, marketers, social media assistants, etc. Yeah, this could absolutely wipe out their jobs. It can write ads, blogs, landing pages, and articles. You can define the length, the style, the voice, and the tone. You can define the visual look as well as the tone of voice. It can write code. It can build you an app. It can build you a QR code generator. It can do SAS codes. It can check the code that you've written. It can write games. It can build websites. ChatGPT is multilingual. So I use ChatGPT to translate Andrew Tate's lawyer's statement that was in Spanish, and I got, I think, the English version out virtually quicker than anyone else. So you can use it for translations in real time, but you can also use it to teach you a language. I saw on TV, someone was interviewing ChatGPT. So they weren't sitting there prompting it on a laptop. They were sitting on a chair. They had a screen up and they were voice interacting and interviewing ChatGPT. So you can just get it to teach you another language. It can write contracts and legal agreements. Lawyers. I mean, lawyers get paid a lot of money to essentially take templates and tweak them. Now, of course, remember, go back to the initial rules of AI. Make sure you get proper research. If you write a contract, you might need to get that checked the first time. Just be wary of that. But it can write agreements. You can ask it to act as anything. Act as a tough interviewer. Act as an entrepreneur. Act as an advertiser. What I'm going to do now for you is I'm going to summarize what I believe is the business and the money-making opportunity. Find your niche. So Julie here, big shout out to Julie, is in leadership. So let's say that's the niche, leadership. Then what you do is you find out all the leadership-related services that exist, and you can use ChatGPT to help you. And then find out the consultancy services, and then undercut those and use ChatGPT to generate all the content and the products and the services. Then once you've got a customer in, then you've got them in your ecosystem, and then you can offer them retreats and seminars and events.